So when AJ arrived, he had a very large incision, essentially almost from his sternum down to the middle of his pelvis or his pubis. I had to extend this a centimeter or two just to make sure that we could get full exposure and see everything appropriately. And he had multiple injuries. The most important one, and the one that why his heart stopped and why he was so sick, was because he had injuries to his right common iliac artery, and then also his left common iliac vein. So I repaired the artery. When I knew that there was a vascular injury, I'd called in Dr. Rosenthal, who was one of our vascular surgeons, and he ended up putting some stitches to repair the vein. We additionally found 3 injuries to his small intestine and an injury to his colon as well, the transverse colon.
Can I ask you this? All of us here have seen the video of kind of what the injury to A.J. Martin looked like. Okay, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying we all have. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can the trajectory of the injury, meaning what it ends up looking like, change based upon what the person who's being injured does? Do you understand my question?
Well, sure. I mean, penetrating trauma is all about what the trajectory of of the object doing the injuring does, and our job is to figure out what that trajectory is. So if someone moves as the penetrating object is going through them, mm-hmm. that would change the trajectory and what the injuries would be.
Right, fair enough. So if, for example, I stabbed you, and when I stabbed you, you were shoving me and actually knocking me backwards off my feet, okay? That could change, like, my arm angle and what ends up happening to you as a result of that. Is that fair?
It's a dynamic process, so the two would be affecting each other for sure.
Sure. So something that looks like a stab wound that's going straight, right, that's kind of going in, that might not certainly have the same impact of taking an injury from your navel area up to your chest area as it would be if that same penetrating wound happened and the person got shoved and the knife got moved. Is that fair?
It would, although I would worry at AJ he would have had a worse injury if it went deeper and it didn't go up.
Okay. Can you say that again for me?
So you're saying if the force is that someone gets pushed and instead of the knife going straight, mm-hmm. it comes up. In his case, that would have actually been a better thing because his deepest injury was that lowest part. And if that knife went deeper, it would have had a bigger injury and he probably would have never made it to the hospital.
Okay. But in terms of what, the jury has seen this photo of his abdomen area. I guess I just want to make sure that I understand. For example, Riley suffered a puncture, if that's fair, a puncture wound. Her abdomen or her side here didn't open up like that, right?
It was wide open. It just wasn't as large.
Right, understood. And that could be, meaning that what it looks like, I think you said this, could be based upon what the person's body is doing when the injury is occurring. Is that fair?
Generally, yes.
Okay.